Good afternoon, my friends, and hello from the Kennedy Space Center Visitor Complex, which is located about an hour-ish away from Disney and Universal. If you did not know, I am a huge fan of everything that has to do with space, rockets, and just how the galaxy operates and works. It's just very fascinating to me, so I am so excited to be here. Let's not waste any more time. Thank you for being here. I hope you guys are ready because I am. Let's go do this. All right, and here we are heading in here at the front. We have our map right here. There's so much to do here. And then, of course, you have the famous photo op with the NASA globe. We can see that rocket right behind it. Very nice display here. We have will call right there, the front entrance. We have information. We can see the beautiful rocket garden as well. And then we have the astronaut training experience located right behind this screen here, along with restrooms. And then I did want to mention, if you are parking here, it is $15 a vehicle. And then we have tickets right here that you can purchase on your own through these kiosks. My ticket today cost me $77. They're actually having a special summer promotion where adults pay children's price, so that's nice. I have officially made it in. I'm going to go ahead and pick up my visitor guide map. They have them in all different languages. There we are. First thing that you will see is the Heroes and Legends Astronaut Hall of Fame. It's very beautiful in there. And then you can notice the rocket garden. And these are actual rockets that have been used and they have been into space. My goodness, this place is so cool. We have Gateway right there. You can enter a capsule as well. If you are interested, they do tours throughout the day for 15 minutes. Here are the times of the rocket garden. Looks like they are doing some refurbishment work on this rocket. They have a little splash pad for the kiddos. Jeez, this rocket is absolutely massive. Check out this engine. Right here is the power of Apollo, the most powerful liquid-fueled rocket engine ever produced. This is the F1 engine. And this is just one engine. Let me turn this thing around so you can see the comparison. Okay, for example, I am 6'5", and look at me right next to this F1 engine. It's insane. I'm now here on the other side of this massive rocket. I haven't even scratched the surface yet. Now, the main attraction is, of course, the bus tour, where you will get on a bus with a tour guide and they'll actually take you to the launch pads where you can see everything kind of up and close. You don't get off the bus. Well, I think you do, at least the last time I was here. There's a different kind of complex that the bus will drop you off at, and then when you're ready to come back, take you back here to the main complex. But you get to see the VAB, which I've actually been inside of the VAB before. If you have been watching the channel for years now, I actually worked with NASA through their social media branch department, where I got to come out here quite a few times and do some really amazing content backstage, and I got to go into all kinds of different labs and stuff. I have a full playlist. I'll be sure to leave it down below in the description if you're interested. But yeah, I am looking forward to the bus tour. Let's enter this capsule here. As you see, the astronauts did not have that much room. Wow, there's the dash right there. I would do it though. If I had the opportunity to go to space, I would absolutely do it. This is the ULA Delta II rocket right here. Man. Let's start with entering the Gateway exhibit right here. They also have these sensory guides all throughout the complex. Ooh. The air conditioning feels wonderful in here. So cool. Always exploring. No way. Wow. What? There's so much in here. SpaceX. We have a Blue Origin capsule right over here. We have a boring capsule with a suit right there. This is the Orion capsule right here in front of me. Oh, this is an official flight flown artifact. Look at the tiles that protect the capsule. This is so insane to be this close. This is the boring CST-100 Starliner capsule here. You can kind of see the inside through this window on the back. Again, there is not much room in there. This is a SpaceX capsule, and we can see the burn marks on the tile from re-entry. Look at the worn up there from the damage. I am so close. I'm starting to get goosebumps. This is the SpaceX Dragon. It made history in May 2012 when it became the first commercial spacecraft to deliver cargo to and from the International Space Station. There it is in space. We have an actual SpaceX suit. I love the design of these suits. And this is flight flown. It's an official artifact here from Jared. This is a upper stage rocket engine here from Artemis. Looks like they offer a few different experiences: Uncharted Worlds, Red Planet, Cosmic Wonders, and Daring Explorers. And then over here, they have a Blue Origin capsule that you can go into and then say VR experience. Here's a boring spacesuit. Check out the re-entry damage on this spacecraft. Those massive engines in the back here. Wow, wow, wow. They do have a place to eat in here called Space Bowl Bistro. This is open daily from 11 a.m. until 3 p.m. Artemis 2 for all humanity. Back outside now. Again, that was the Gateway experience featuring Spaceport KSC. I know this guy, Victor Glover, who just returned from getting to see the moon very up and close. Nice. They have added a Starbucks location here since the last time I was here. Passing by the Universe Theater. One of the upgrades that you can do here, and I believe it was $50, you could speak with an astronaut. Here's a tribute to the International Space Station with all of the countries involved. Even though I'm a little concerned for the astronauts on the International Space Station right now because they are dealing with a really big air leak right now. Another fun upgrade you can do here is, of course, the astronaut training experience. Highly recommend for the kiddos. Coming up in this direction, you have the Red Rock Grill, Journey to Mars. Oh, I like how they do the food when it's ready. The window opens like you're on a, I don't know, a mission to space on a space station or something. Theme to Mars. And then we have Journey to Mars right here, which I'm about to go inside. But first, I gotta show you something really cool. There's the Orion. Look how beautiful. What a neat display while you're enjoying lunch. Ooh, they also have Dippin' Dots over there. See the astronauts in the window right there. They have some information about the latest Artemis 2 mission, which is the first crewed test flight to the moon since Apollo. They made history. So happy we are going back to the moon and just exploring more of space. And I really hope I'm still here once we make it to Mars and beyond. And here we are entering the Journey to Mars experience. That's far, just from the Earth to the moon, and then from the moon to Mars. Oh, they have a rover over there, and they do different shows throughout the day right here on the stage. How many moons does Mars have? The answer, 2 moons. This is the Mars 2020 rover, and it is studying an area on Mars to find signs of past life. It is drilling into rocks, taking core samples, encasing them in sealing tubes and leaving them on the Martian surface so that the future Mars mission can return them to Earth. This is called a SEV, S-E-V. It stands for Space Exploration Vehicle. This is so interesting. This is the Mars lander, and this is what it looked like when it landed on Mars. And this is what the original Mars rover looked like, as it's quite different from the others. Okay, so it looks like they are sending different rovers to different parts of Mars. Like this one, it landed on January 3rd, 2004, and the mission duration was until March 2010. And this is what the newer rovers look like. Pretty big difference. Look at that giant camera and sensors right there. These are actual images from Mars via the rovers. Can't believe that is from a different planet in our solar system. I like this. We need you. NASA, give me a call. Coming up on the IMAX theater, they're showing Deep Sky, and you can also find the Planet Play area for the kiddos in here as well. We have the main gift shop right there, which I'll be checking out at the end of this video. We have the Orbit Cafe, but I'm heading over to that rocket. I also really like and appreciate how they are having different science experiments throughout the complex. They have a VR experience in here as well. I'm in the IMAX theater. They have a little concession stand right here, and then the children's play area is on the other side. Here's a quick look at the VR experience, and this is called Mission to the Moon. If you want to do this, you can sign up on these kiosks here, and then you can select a time, and they'll show you the availability here. Fill it out, and I believe it's included. Yeah, you don't have to pay anything additional for this. Coming up on the Orbit Cafe, and I wanted to show you a quick look at the menu as well as the pricing. It's a little more affordable than the theme parks. You can get a burger for $10.99 here. Yikes. I was thinking about grabbing lunch, but it is prime lunchtime right now. Coming up on Space Shuttle Atlantis, this is what I would say the other most important, best thing here at the complex, other than the bus tour. As you can see, the Atlantis spacecraft inside. I just cannot wrap my head around how giant this rocket is. And this would take the space shuttles up, and then this would come back down to Earth. And nowadays we have rockets that will fly back on their own. It's crazy. This is just, what an experience I'm having today. Heading in now. You get to walk directly under the fuel rocket. Whoa, look at that angle. The adventure has only begun. You have this really cool view of the rocket and complex from inside. Now you do have to enter a queue because they do a really neat show as you're entering the complex, and then you get the really amazing reveal of Space Shuttle Atlantis.
It's a shuttle.
There she is, the Atlantis. My goodness. We got to see a little show that led us into this amazing room with such a fantastic reveal of the space shuttle. And I love how these spaceships would open up to drop out the different satellites and different equipment for the space station. Jeez, man. These rockets are no joke. Look at that. See all of the foam heat tiles. Man. There's the left wing right there. There's a better look at those foam tiles that would protect the ship from re-entry. Video is not doing this justice. Here's the very front of the ship, and it would nosedive back to re-enter the atmosphere. So it is really protected up here. And we have the cockpit right there. And it would just glide home. I have even more goosebumps right now. Like, this is just so freaking cool. We have the rescue hatch. They do offer 20-minute guided tours of Atlantis. I came upstairs to the second level to have a little better look inside of the ship. You know, I do believe in a different life, I am an astronaut. Absolutely. And there's different games that the kiddos can play and interact with. They have this area where you can walk in between. That way you can see what the flight deck looks like. You can sit in the captain's chair right here. I am now on the belly side of the ship. And we can definitely see how these tiles work a lot better on this side. And this is an entire complex in here. They have a slide, they have a flight simulator experience, all kinds of artifacts. We can see the tribute right in there, which I'll walk through in just a little bit. But there's a lot to do in just this building alone. Land like a shuttle. And it is included, you don't have to pay anything additional. All of the different mission patches throughout this hallway here. Actual audio that they're playing. Welcome home. Check out the slide up here. It's supposed to look like a space station. How do astronauts eat? Well, this is the space station dining room right here. They would store their meals right here. Table. This is how the astronauts sleep. It's what their pods look like. Have a computer, CD player, a book, sleeping mask, earplugs, and it looks like they will have to Velcro themselves into the sheet and pillow right there. And yes, you can exercise in space. How do astronauts go to the bathroom? I have a toilet right here. They make it work though. I just can't get over the actual Atlantis spaceship right above me. I mean, look at this. And then again, there's just so much to do down here. You can definitely make a full day here at the Kennedy Space Center Visitor Complex. This part does make me pretty emotional. This is a tribute to the Columbia and the Challenger. With the astronauts that we remember. beautiful tribute. The future doesn't belong to the faint-hearted. It belongs to the brave. President Ronald Reagan. This is from the Columbia with the cockpit windows from February 1st, 2003. And here's a piece from the Challenger. This is the left side body panel from January 28th, 1986. This is what the physical recovery looked like once NASA was able to recover the pieces. You can see that part right behind me here. Oh, and the cockpit windows. I do highly recommend the shuttle launch experience. You do have to wait in a queue, and that's the theater up there. It is so much fun. Don't miss this while you're here, and it is included at no additional charge. You must be 44 inches tall to enter. This is the retro Astro van, which would take the astronauts to the shuttle in preparation for launch. And then back in this direction, they have dozens of flight simulators here. You can dock to the station with this one. Landing the orbiter. I definitely was in here the longest. I was in here for at least an hour and a half, just exploring and taking pictures and just enjoying this amazing complex. Of course, you must exit through the Shuttle Express gift shop. I like this shirt. I need my space. They also have a Loungefly backpack here. I really want to find a Artemis shirt. Maybe an Artemis 2, Artemis 3. I don't think they have anything in here. I think that's inside of the main gift store over here towards the front. They do have space food, freeze-dried strawberries, ice cream sandwich. Okay, what's these? Meteor bites. And then they have peach rings of Saturn. Ooh, freeze-dried peach gummies. I may get some of these for later. Oh, they have like Nerds, Galaxy clusters for the kiddos. They have an astronaut costume here. I like this Lego set. Back outside now. The current time is 2:15, so I have 45 minutes to make my way over to the bus tour, so that's where I'm gonna head to next. Check out the Mars rover. Look at these wheels. Whoa. And here we are entering the bus tour, and the tours start at 9:30 a.m. and they go until 3 p.m. And away we go. This is what it looks like inside of the bus. Looks like they're building something. The next great adventure.
Well, the Gigabay is going to be for SpaceX's new Starship rocket.
That is SpaceX's new building that is being constructed right now. Boy, it is massive in person.
Inside of the VAB, it's the size of a 21-story building. The blue section alone is the size of an NBA basketball. Each star is 6 feet across, and each red and white stripe is wide enough for this bus to drive down.
The bus dropped us off here at the Saturn Apollo complex. There's stuff to do here. And this is actually where they will bring you when there's a launch. As you see, the stadium bleachers right over there. We can see the backside of the VAB, and then we can see launch pad 39A and B, which I'll show you in just a second. But this is the moon garden right here with all of the different missions to the moon. Look at this. Apollo. What a beautiful garden this is. This is called The Eagle Has Landed with Michael Collins, Neil Armstrong, and Buzz Aldrin. So it looks like that we cannot access this area because it is closed off. But again, this is where you'll come if you want to watch a launch. Many years ago, when I was working with the NASA social media team, they actually took me out to launch pad 39A and B. I got to stand right on the pad. It was incredible. Heading in. Oh my goodness. I know I said this before, but video is not doing this place justice at all. They do have 20-minute guided tours throughout the day. Again, this is the Apollo/Saturn Center that I'm in right now. You get to just walk right under this giant rocket. Jeez. I was talking with a very kind employee, and he told me about this back area with these bleachers. And yeah, we can really see the launch pads from here. There's the back side of the vehicle assembly building, and we can see the first launch pad. I'm not sure which launch pad that is, but then we can see Blue Origin back over there. I know it's kind of hard to see. And then I want to say this is launch pad 39B. And then we can see launch pad 39A. It's surreal just seeing so many launch pads all back over here in this area. Then you have the VAB right there. I definitely need to come watch a launch because it's been a few years since I've last been down here to see an actual launch. And let me tell you, seeing a launch in person is incredible. It is such an experience, just hearing the sound of the rocket, seeing the bright burst of just power and fuel launching the rocket up. I actually got to see my first launch was at nighttime. So seeing a launch at nighttime, I feel like is a little better just because you can see it a bit more visible. But if you need something to do, if you're in town, if you're a fan of NASA and rockets, definitely make a day trip down here. And if you book your vacation with me, I work directly with the Kennedy Space Center at Key Getaway. I will take care of everything for you, your tickets, your upgrades, your experiences, your transportation. Let me do it all for you. I'll be sure to put a QR code right here on the screen. Feel free to scan it with your phone. It will take you right over to my website at keygetaway.com. You can sign up for a consultation through my travel concierge service, and I will unlock your next getaway. Another employee just told me that SpaceX's Starship is going to be even bigger than this rocket that I am seeing right in front of me. I mean, I can't imagine seeing that beast right in front of me with my own eyes. You can find another place to eat here. This is called Moon Rock Cafe. Looks like there's only one cashier right now, so that is backing up the line. Here's a quick look at the menu with pricing. And then as far as food, this is what they have. It's the lander. This is where they first walked on the moon right here. Whoa, look at this old school Astro van. We can see the astronauts inside of their capsule right here. I am now on the other side of the complex, and this is the front or the top of the rocket. I mean, it takes up this entire building. No way you can touch a piece of the moon. This moon rock was collected by astronaut Jack Smith near the Apollo 17 lunar module landing site. And they say you can touch it. I touched the moon. Doesn't feel like anything. We have the Apollo 17 spacesuit here. Look at the boots. It's the Apollo 14 capsule. I just cannot get over how tiny the cockpit is. You can't touch this sample, but this is from Apollo 17, December 7th through the 19th, 1972. It is estimated to be 3.7 billion years old. This is Apollo 11's contingency plan checklist right here. And then we have the lunar surface maps from the Apollo 11 mission. This is a lunar scoop and lunar sample scale that they would use on the moon. Check out all of the different suits throughout the years.
Remember, when they pressurize the suit, they don't pressurize the suit.
Okay, they just made the announcement that this place is about to close up in the next 15 minutes, so I am going to go ahead and start making my way back to the bus. But of course, you must exit through the gift shop. There's a truck passing us right now. The part of a, I want to say either a spaceship or engine rocket of some sort. Just got back to the Kennedy Space Center Visitor Complex. You know, I remember that tour being more grand, like taking you closer by the VAB, closer to the launch pads. I don't know if it's because I did a later tour, maybe try an earlier tour, or maybe they just changed it. Not really sure, but still enjoyed it. I just remember the bus tour being a lot more than what I just experienced. Finally, let's go check out the world's largest NASA space shop. They have these t-shirts to celebrate the 4th of July coming up. I found the Artemis merchandise here. They have patches, a sweater. Coffee mug is really nice. The logo, $25. They have a shot glass as well. Another t-shirt. Found the SpaceX merchandise. We can see the Falcon 9. I like that hat. There's a sweater right here. Oh my gosh, a Crew Dragon model. I would so wear this in the winter. Nice. I found this Artemis Nike polo. $75. I like this a lot. A little disappointed in the options as far as the merchandise. I was hoping to get something Artemis or even SpaceX, but everything was pretty generic. I found an ice cream shop called Milky Way. I'm heading out of the complex. I did want to point out here at the front of the park, they do have lockers, strollers, and ECVs and wheelchairs available. As you are making your way back to the parking lot, you can see the entire Blue Origin complex right there. As I zoom in here. See that? All right, my friends, that is going to do it for today's video. I had a blast here at the Kennedy Space Center Visitor Complex. Can't recommend this place enough. You can absolutely make a full day out of this visit. The park opens at 9 a.m., closes at 5 p.m. Like I said, it's about an hour-ish away from Disney and Universal. So if you're renting a car or taking an Uber, Lyft, private transportation, it's not too far away at all. I love all of the new updates. I love how they are continuing to expand this place by bringing in new experiences and more complex to the Kennedy Space Center. Can't wait to come back to see an actual launch. And yeah, it was just a great, fun day. Got to meet a few of you here. It's always a pleasure. I do want to say a massive thank you to my Patreon and YouTube channel members. You sponsored this video visiting the Kennedy Space Center today, so thank you so much, and thank you all so very much for watching. If you enjoyed today's video, please go ahead and give it a big thumbs up, as it really does help out the channel in so many different ways. I love you guys so much. Please remember, it's nice to be nice, and YouTube, I will see you very soon in the next video. I'm out.
I ain't feeling lonely, and I wanna admit it's time to end the ride. Fading it too slowly. Were those gonna lift me up this time? You were the only one who got me tripping up inside. All the words you told me, am I reading something different from your eyes?